Hey folks, today is Friday, November 9th, 2022. As usual, my name is Jake Baldino, here to talk about all the video game news that has been going on this week. As you can tell, a little bit more of like a sketchier looking video, because I'm actually on location at the Game Awards this week. So yes, hostage video look, but there's a lot of other gaming news to talk about, so let's just jump right in. The first is a story we want to highlight specifically around video game graphics. It's something we cover every once in a while here. The tech is getting pretty impressive, specifically with Unreal Engine 5.1. This is the current state of Unreal Engine, and although it's a couple of weeks old, it's gained a lot of prominence and notoriety for being featured with the newest Fortnite update. Now, I know we don't talk, Fortnite's not really our game here, we don't cover it too much, but Fortnite has gotten a visual overhaul and people are noticing, and some of the tech behind Unreal Engine 5.1 specifically is really game-changing. We're gonna link a bunch of really cool stuff that people have been using to show off, just more incredible, smarter people than any of us here, but definitely want to link this breakdown video by Unreal Sensei. It does a really good job explaining some of the stuff with 5.1 that is a game changer, specifically with how Foliage works, and essentially how Unreal Engine 5.1 takes advantage of Nanite and Lumen and applies them to even more things in the game worlds. And again, full disclosure, just layman explanation, but how level of detail works in games is totally overhauled here, and it seems like what it does is renders video game foliage way more efficiently and realistically without really killing the game's power and performance. If anything, some developers have shown that they've gotten better results after this, and showing it in an example here with Unreal Sensei, trees further in the distance are no longer cardboard cutouts of trees, they're actual legit fully lit and rendered trees, thanks to Nanite being enabled on all these individual trees. Now, this is something where we always talk about like high-level graphic stuff, but this is something that can actually be implemented fairly easily by developers, and it seems like something we might actually see in more games soon. The foliage stuff is also really cool because it changes how light is rendered on grass and leaves and stuff on the ground, where it's way more realistic, where shadows underneath plants aren't always necessarily hard, dark shadows. They're more light because the light is passing through these leaves, and the game engine can do that fairly easily, which is sick. We have other foliage examples via RealityX Light that are really impressive, so absolutely check those out. But more people are doing cool stuff like Milky Skyline on Reddit, who is kind of messing around with it in VR, and even though the video is shaky, you can just see how much of a difference it really makes. Unreal Engine 5 is still very impressive, and we're still really only just seeing the beginning of it, but 5.1, these little things, we thought they were just kind of cool to talk about and share. Now, I know we got to talk about the Game Awards. There's a lot to talk about with that. We'll have a separate dedicated video for that, and I'll cover all that stuff later in this video. But the other big thing, the bomb that dropped today, actually yesterday before recording this, is the Microsoft acquisition stuff is heating up. We've talked over and over. The story is just continuously developing. All these regulators across the world have been really digging into Microsoft's whole acquisition of Activision Blizzard, and they've been facing some questions, some tough questions by regulators, and now it seems officially, we talked about it a week or so ago, it seemed like it was likely, but yep, the FTC, or the Federal Trade Commission, is suing to block Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard. There you have it. One of their heads said, and I quote, "Microsoft has already shown that it can and will withhold content from its gaming rivals. Today we seek to stop Microsoft from gaining control over a leading independent game studio and using it to harm competition in multiple dynamic and fast-growing gaming markets." This is where I fall short, and I think a lot of content creators fall short. You know, people love to like start the console war stuff on Twitter, but like I am not smart enough to know a lot of what this stuff means, but other analysts that I respect and follow do seem like the deal isn't necessarily shut down immediately after this. Some people have kind of claimed this to be a kind of kicking the tires type of thing because of specifically the way they did it. I will link a bunch of sources worth reading up on this in the description, of course, because it's important to read up on that stuff before just like popping off about it. But it's a rapidly developing thing, and like with Xbox and Microsoft coming out hot just like a week or so ago, not even, to come and say, hey, we're allowing Call of Duty on Switch and all these other platforms, like they're trying to look the best and the most competition friendly they can, but at the end of the day, this is a $70 billion acquisition. It's one of the biggest ones, so it's going to have holes poked in it up until the very end if it goes through. The European Trade Commission has come down on it. Some countries have, you know, it's yet to pass. It has to go through a lot of countries, so we're going to have to see where this goes. We'll keep you guys updated, but this comes along with Microsoft also announcing this week that their first-party games that they will sell for retail for like Xbox Series X will go up to $70 next year, putting them neck and neck with PlayStation's prices, and I'm using US prices, but yeah. So Xbox, what's going on? Let's talk about this stuff down in the comments. This whole acquisition thing, are you smart enough to know what's going on? Do you think it's going down? Let's talk. Next up, couple of cool things I wanted to link in the description down below. The first is reviews are dropping for Final Fantasy Crisis Core. We don't have a video up yet, but definitely worth checking out. The reviews seem to be very happy with it, and as a Final Fantasy fan, I am looking forward to this. Also, this was like kind of like a before Game Awards thing, but Vampire Survivors is out on iOS and Android. It seems like it's like a free version. I haven't played it yet to see what the mobile trappings are, if there are any, but Vampire Survivors is a really cool little indie, awesome, addictive game that really is perfect for a phone. As you guys probably know, on my channel and on here, we've talked about Vampire Survivors a lot. So now it's free on a phone, so as long as it doesn't have any mobile game crap, you're free to check it out, I guess. Also, Elden Ring got a PvP update. For those of you who are itching to jump back in, we haven't gotten any DLC announcements yet, but we did get kind of this little PvP add-on. The Coliseum is now open. So there's that mystery solved. Also, speaking of game updates, another thing that I thought was significant and worth highlighting is that God of War got a patch, a big update that had some bug fixes and improvements, but most importantly, the photo mode is in. This game really needed it on launch. It wasn't there, but now it's here, so you can have Kratos like stick his tongue out while he fights a bear or whatever. Go nuts, have fun. Info on all that stuff and more, of course, will be linked in the description down below.
Hey, next up, this episode is brought to you by our longtime sponsor, Vessi. Now, if you don't already know, these are our go-to dependable sneakers for working, chilling. They've got you covered in a variety of different styles and colors. They've got casual, comfy, active, slip-ons, anything you want. But all of these kicks are sustainably made, vegan, and the coolest part, 100% waterproof. I don't know if you guys can see, I look like I just came in from the rain because it's raining here in New York, and guess what I was rocking? These bad boys right here. I gotta hose them off because they got dirty, but they are waterproof, so they're already dry, and my feet are dry. And while they keep your feet dry, they feel cool in the summer and warm in the winter, so it's a win-win whenever. I'm looking forward to using them in the snow soon because they work when everything gets all gross and grimy. The material is perfect. They just recently started using them with gloves, which are very nice. So we really can't recommend Vessi enough. We've been recommending them for a long time now. A lot of you guys have been into it. So if you're new, check them out because they're comfy, dependable, and useful in a variety of different scenarios. If you want, check out their holiday sale that's going on right now. Definitely make sure you get your size and colors before they sell out. Head to vessi.com/GameRanks. You can click that link in the description down below here as well. And if you missed the sale, you can use our code GameRanks for 15% off your entire order. So once again, that's vessi.com/GameRanks. And thanks to Vessi for sponsoring our videos.
Now, it's time to talk about the Game Awards. Let's get a quick little wrap up. As you guys know, we are putting out a standalone video breaking down some of the new game announcements specifically, but just wanted to rattle off a couple of things here that we thought were very interesting. So Andrew, for you editing this, I apologize. I'm going to rattle off a bunch of stuff, but let's start off with a bang. The fact that we're getting a Hellboy game, like a proper Hellboy game. It's called Hellboy Web of Weird, and I am about the Mignola art style here. We also got a new look at Street Fighter 6 with new characters, and we know Street Fighter 6 is coming June 2nd of 2023. We also got a hot, spicy look at Tekken 8, like some full-on crazy gameplay, and it looks wild. Hades 2 is also a thing. I expected that studio to make something new and creative once again because they've done that with Pyre and a million other things, but they decided to do a sequel, so it's very cool to see because Hades is extremely tight. We also got a look at Ghost Story Games' first game. This is the new studio headed up by Ken Levine. They have been spending tons of money and tons of years coming up with something, and now we know it is this. It's called Judas. This seems very much like a spiritual successor to a BioShock thing. I actually expected them to do something totally different, but what we got here still does look inventive and fun and exciting. Also, hot off the heels of Bayonetta 3, we're getting another Bayonetta game. It's called Bayonetta Origins, Cereza and the Lost Demon. This is like a top-down kind of artsy indie adventure. It's like a prequel story, and that's coming in March. We got another very cool, very flashy Destiny 2 Lightfall gameplay trailer. Shout out to my Destiny heads. I have no idea what is going on here. Is this even the same game? Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. We got another like story trailer thing, and also a really heartfelt, nice little nod to Kevin Conroy. We kind of assumed that the Batman Arkham or the Batman Arkham Bruce Wayne was going to be in this game in some form because it's Rocksteady and it's the same universe, but it was nice that we got a little glimpse of that and hearing Kevin Conroy's voice one last time. There's a demo out right now for Forspoken. If you're looking for something to play, that's out specifically on PlayStation 5. Also, the people behind Celeste are making a new game. It's called Earthblade in 2024. It looks pretty dope, and the logo is very cool and very evocative of some classic games. Death Stranding 2 is officially a thing. Right now, just dubbed DS2. We got to look at Troy Baker's villain seemingly returning once again. Lea Seydoux, Norman Reedus, but he's like all Geralted up now. Some really cool robots. That robot at the end was basically a Metal Gear. I'm here for that. Whatever. What's going to happen with this game? Who knows? Information on that is still slight, but we also got a new look at like a cool Diablo 4 cinematic trailer thing. We know that is now officially coming June 6th, 2023. Also, Horizon Forbidden West is already getting an expansion. It's called The Burning Shores, and this is like kind of like a California adventure. We got to see the Hollywood sign and like a broken Los Angeles, but some really, really big machines, which is dope. Also, that is coming April 19th, 2023. A Transformers Bumblebee first-person shooter type thing is coming from Splash Damage, which I did not expect. Also, a new Remnant game just called Remnant 2. The new The Lords of the Fallen got a good gameplay trailer, you know, heavily edited, but still very cool to see. Don't Nod is making a seemingly badass kind of like action-adventure RPG with like ghost hunting. We only got a very brief glimpse of gameplay, mostly a flashy trailer, but it still seems kind of cool. It's called Banisher's Ghost of New Eden. And Crash Team Rumble. It's going to be like a multiplayer co-op Crash Bandicoot game. It's coming in 2023. There's been rumors for a long time about something like this, and it's nice to see. More Crash, I think, at this point, is always a win, because Crash 4 was really underrated and awesome. Crime Boss Rockay City is coming March 28th, and this is like a 90s open world crime simulator game. It's like it looks like to me like a 90s first person Grand Theft Auto action shooter thing. I don't know, with a crazy cast like Michael Madsen, Chuck Norris, Danny Trejo. It's a lot, but frankly, I still need to see more of this game. Is it going to be like a GTA clone in first person? I'm in for that. Remember when we used to have GTA clones every day? Let's get those again. We also got a gameplay trailer for the new Warhammer Space Marine 2. I'm not the biggest Warhammer guy, but I do like Space Marine shit, and I like the previous game, and this is looking really cool. We know that is coming in 2023. Also, we got a brief look at the new Cyberpunk DLC. We've known this is coming, this Phantom Liberty DLC expansion, once again with Keanu as Johnny Silverhand, but also it seems like you're going to be playing as a new character, and that character is Idris Elba. That's pretty cool. We got a good long look at Star Wars Jedi Survivor, March 17th, 2023 that is coming. You guys know I'm biased as a Star Wars fan. This looks insane. It looks like exactly what I wanted, and I have so many questions, but I'm going to be on that shit day one. Also, The Last of Us is finally coming to PC. The Last of Us Part 1, the more recent re-release, remake, remaster type thing, is coming to PC on March 3rd, 2023. But last but certainly not least, the rumors from months back were true. We're getting a new Armored Core game. This is Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon, and it is From Software returning to their roots and making a damn robot game. Modern From Software and their art direction and their design is clearly on full display here with a really incredible cinematic trailer. I'm sure here at Game Ranks we're going to keep talking about this game, and we're going to have to keep reusing this damn trailer over and over again like we had to do the first Elden Ring trailer. But it seems like we're not going to have to wait too long for this game, because it seems like it was slated for 2023. So that's pretty cool. From Software game, but with robots. Sounds like what a lot of people want, and if you've never played Armored Core, there are certainly a bunch of new fans coming to that franchise after this. Of course, I didn't have time to highlight everything, so keep your eyes peeled for other Game Rank stuff where we break down Game Awards stuff, but that's some of the highlights, some stuff I thought was cool, some stuff that we thought was cool here. So we'll link as much of that as we can down in the description. But I definitely want to hear from you guys in the comments what you think about the Game Awards. The awards, everybody likes to argue, God of War this, Elden Ring that. I'm talking about the announcements. Were you satisfied with the announcements? Because I thought we got a pretty good, decent amount this year. I think there's a lot of stuff to look forward to. I'm biased because I just like eat, drink, and sleep video games, but there's a lot on here that I like to see. If you got like a top 5 of your favorite things announced, whether it's stuff added to current games or completely new games announced or just an update on an upcoming game, definitely let me know how you're feeling. There's a lot to talk about, so let's do it down there. There will also, of course, be a pinned comment at the top asking what you're playing this weekend. It's for our research, so drop what you're playing if you have a minute. We would very much appreciate that. But let's talk this Game Awards stuff. If you want to yell at me directly, if you got anything else you want to chat to me about, find me on Twitter and Instagram at Jake Baldino, my other YouTube channel at Jake Baldino, and the Friends Per Second podcast. But that's it for right now. I'm going to get back to work, some secret stuff behind the scenes. But that's it. So thank you guys very much for watching, getting caught up on the news. We're here every Friday. Have a great and safe weekend. We'll see you next time. Pizza's on me.